Hello, Scorpio. If you've arrived in this space, it's no coincidence. There's a romantic decision weighing on your soul, and this message was written for you. Welcome to What No One Told You. Tarot, my name is Jessica, and always remember that you are the architect of your destiny. Take only the parts of this reading that help you build it and release everything else with gratitude. Its resonance is timeless. It will find you exactly when you need it. May our paths cross more often, and with this community, may we continue to grow together. Subscribe so you don't miss any message the universe has for you. Let's channel and receive the messages that your guides, teachers, or ancestors have for you. Scorpio, this energy is for you, and it is extremely direct. Imagine it as a cosmic mirror placed right in front of you. We've positioned it to make you confront the relationship that's been buzzing in your mind. The connection you feel could be your golden second chance, or a trap keeping you from feeling pain, and you should release it now. This full moon in your opposite sign, Taurus, illuminates the attic of your love life, suddenly lighting up hidden corners where unresolved matters need closure. This is a crucial moment for you, Scorpio, to let go of relationships that no longer nourish you or whose cycle has already ended. Today, the cards will speak the uncensored truth. Is it worth opening that door again, or is it time to close it for good? Take a deep breath because the first card reveals itself bluntly. Here we have the Devil card, the card that inspires the most fear, and paradoxically, the one that offers the greatest freedom. The Devil is not an external monster. He shows you the chains that you yourself forge without realizing it. Yes, they are invisible threads that tie you to old habits and toxic dynamics. What are your chains, Scorpio? The obsession with checking their social networks, the subtle emotional blackmail. Scorpio, ask yourself, does this relationship truly nourish you, or does it only keep you trapped? Are you confusing intense passion with dependency? The Devil is challenging you to break the contract you signed with your own fear. Cut those invisible threads, and you'll discover that the cage never had a lock. It only existed in your mind. Clearly, I see here that many things need to be left behind in order to move toward what truly nourishes you. Ways of behaving, those habits we were talking about, or directly breaking off the relationship because it's one that is no longer going anywhere. We have the Devil, we have death, we have the Eight of Cups, and I see a lot of nostalgia here with this card. It speaks to me, it screams to me as if something in this story is completely unbalanced. You are the master of control, and I see that you feel your emotions slipping through your fingers. Whether this person is an ex who reappeared, someone who returned without warning, or a new person who completely destabilizes you, it makes your pulse tremble every time you try to stay calm, as if your center is shaking. I don't know if you are confusing nostalgia with love. Does that message at midnight sound familiar? The one that left your heart racing? Well, this full moon forces you to see that you are not being honest with yourself. You long for that pattern to break, but it seems like you are always watching the same movie. That is your intuition throwing you a lifeline. It is time to recognize where that imbalance resides, to stop and rest a little, to calm your mind, and from there, to find that absolute truth that illuminates everything so you can cut from the root all confusion and fantasy. All right, continuing seamlessly from the previous passage. Everything seemed lost, and suddenly the Ace of Wands appears, a card that speaks to me of victory, the triumphant return of the hero. These cards are telling me that if you choose to, you can rebuild your story. But it's crucial that you understand this. True victory is not about winning back the other person. It's about reclaiming the throne of your own kingdom. There you have it. It's about feeling once again that you are the master of yourself. You are the one who decides. You are the one who determines if this is the end or a new beginning. If the previous relationship ended in defeat, now you can rewrite the script, but this is only possible if there is inner work. Hold on a second. The light had gone out. I was saying that this will only be possible if there is inner work. Real victory is born from having built a new and solid foundation. So the question would be, have you healed? Have you stopped blaming yourself for this? If the answer is yes, Scorpio, these cards are a blessing for you. If the answer is no, then there is victory, but it will be fragile, and you will return to the same situation. There is the Judgment card, with an angel holding a trumpet saying, "Observe what is binding you. Look at that devil. Look at that death. What is it from your past that must end? What is it that is keeping you stuck? What is it that is not allowing you to move forward?" This card is an awakening. If you have not healed, you will repeat a cycle. If you have healed, this card speaks of renewal or rebirth. Yes, but always towards something new, because this person may be here to help you close a cycle so that you can open yourself to a new beginning, something much more solid, something much more real. But if there is no healing, this only tells you that it's time to evaluate the situation, because if you haven't healed and you give yourself another chance, you will be like the Fool card, acting recklessly, searching for something that you will not find. So this is for you to evaluate. You can return if there is healing, but if there is none, you will find yourself once again in the same place. Here things are very clear. Healing and hope are here to remind you that after the storm, the sun always shines again. These cards are telling you that healing lies in opening the door to that connection in a much calmer and more evolved version of yourself. The universe is with you, but it is necessary to recognize that there is a lack of collaboration from someone, a lack of genuine effort, and clearly, one cannot continue sacrificing oneself. It's time to start seeing things from a completely different perspective. And the decision you make cannot leave you standing still. It must move you forward. We can talk, and everything may seem beautiful at first, but suddenly it feels as if things are frozen. And that's because of the lack of dedication and attention within the relationship. This is where healing takes place, and this is what I'm seeing. If there is no collaboration, if both don't get involved, if we don't make an effort to make this work, and if decisions are made out of fear of being alone, then in the end, we must act with logic, not just with a confused heart. If you've been waiting for a sign, you will find very clear answers. But when you receive the sign you've been waiting for, accept the truth that comes with it, because the full moon gives you the courage to face reality without any disguise. You will then have a moment of mental clarity, so you can use that sharp mind you possess to separate reality from illusion. Here we have the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Very well. These cards are speaking about truth revealing itself. What I see here is that you are someone who gives everything, but you must start putting yourself first. This tells me that this person will want to come back, but it also tells me that you must use your logic. I see it with great clarity. You are in a very toxic relationship, one where you wish things would work, but in reality, they simply don't. It's time to start acting differently than you have been, not from a place of sacrifice. This person may want to return, but I see that it would only lead back to the same cycle again. You are the one who ends up taking on all the burdens. You are the one carrying the weight of the relationship. And even though your wounds may seem healed, in truth, they are not, because you have a tendency to care for others so deeply that you lose yourself in the process. You empathize so much, you love so much, that there comes a point where you forget about yourself. The point is not to take care of everyone or to do everything alone. I know you can, but when you allow others to share the responsibility, everything becomes much easier. That's why it's important to do things together, to realize that you can't do it all by yourself, that the other person must also be present, and that you need to start doing things differently so you are not always carrying all these burdens. Set yourself free and see what happens. But I can see that you have a tendency to end up taking everything on yourself, and that cannot continue, because when you do, you fall back into repeating the same pattern without realizing it. Well, I'll tell you what I'm seeing here. The person you're involved with is not someone who's looking for any kind of commitment. This is a person you can have fun with, someone who brings excitement and joy, but be careful not to let yourself get carried away by that energy. They can't stand being told what to do or what not to do, because they're a free spirit who doesn't want or seek any type of commitment. And this is something you should already see clearly, because the sun is right there bringing you clarity, telling you, hey, look, you're trying to reach for something that isn't meant for you. Deep down, you already know this person isn't looking for a real relationship and can't handle being told what to do. The moment they don't get what they want, they leave. So if you already know this person doesn't want a relationship, staying there is a form of self-deception, believing that you can make them see things differently. In the end, you might convince yourself that it's a casual, open connection while secretly hoping it will turn into something serious, like moving in together and building a life. But that's how you end up deceiving yourself, knowing from the start that this person had already said no. We believe we can change the story, but while you can change your own story, you cannot change someone else's. That's why this eventually becomes a toxic relationship, full of nostalgia, because yes, you've had great moments together, but there's an emotional attachment here that will ultimately lead you to walk away, because you're looking for something this person simply cannot give you. Of course, that's exactly what this is saying. You keep asking yourself, do you really love me? Do you actually love me or not? Because you feel like you need someone to help you figure things out, to help you see which path to take. But your intuition is already speaking to you. You are the one who has to decide. You are the one who has to be brave enough to speak up. If you haven't spoken honestly with this person, if you haven't told them clearly what you truly want and where you hope this will go, then you've only been idealizing, thinking, and feeling without grounding it in reality. If you haven't looked at this person and said, do you want a relationship with me? Do you want a future together? Then this person clearly does not. Don't try to label this as a relationship when they don't want that. But still, your intuition, your heart, must be telling you something. And if you need help, ask for it, because I can see you're experiencing a deep emotional blockage. You need to empower yourself and listen to your intuition, because it never fails you. Your intuition is already whispering that this person is hiding things, that they lie, that they tell half-truths, because their interest is limited. They come, they have fun, they enjoy the moment, and then they leave. But they are not looking for anything serious. When you try to talk to them about what's really happening, they change the subject or suddenly have something else to do and disappear. Then don't answer your calls, making it clear that they're not really there for you. And I tell you this with love and empathy, as if you were someone close to me, because I need to be honest and realistic. No matter how much you like this person, when they disappear, when they don't pick up the phone, when they avoid deeper conversations and vanish instead, they're already showing you that they don't want the same things you do. Well, what I'm seeing here is that you need to find balance between these two worlds. The real question, Scorpio, is whether you can juggle your life while exploring this reconnection. This reminds you that your life is much fuller beyond this relationship. You cannot allow this person to become your sun and all your stars. If you decide to open the door again, do it without neglecting your work, your well-being, and your personal space. The key is not to lose your center of gravity. You must know how to maintain your equilibrium. Here we have the Three of Cups and the Ten of Swords in reverse, and the full moon tells you that you must keep your balance, always keep your eyes fixed on your own path, and be an empowered person who has control over their own life. Because here, we also see the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. Look closely at that image, Scorpio, a figure in mourning with 3 spilled cups and 4 empty ones, yet there are still some standing. This card speaks of a wound that has never fully healed, a betrayal, a broken promise that made you swear never to trust again. I can see that there are burdens from past pain that still prevent you from moving forward, but this card is also an invitation, because those upright cups symbolize the real possibility of forgiveness. But be careful. Forgiveness is not for them, it is for you, so that you can cut that bond and swim freely again. The person returning is the same one who once hurt you, and this Five of Cups asks you to decide whether you will keep crying over spilled milk or drink what remains. This full moon gives you the courage to choose, to release that pain and finally heal, to free yourself from that confinement and shine again like an emperor or an empress, closing this cycle so that the scales can balance once more. Guided by truth and logic, in light of what is clearly happening, a new proposal is coming into your life, Someone out there feels a deep attraction toward you. I see a happy ending here. Not necessarily a fairy tale with this particular person, but it tells you that whatever you choose to do, you will find your true place of belonging. If you decide to reopen that door, it suggests that this time you could build something deep, safe, and emotionally genuine, as long as healing has taken place. But if you choose to let go, these cards promise that your true home is being prepared for you or already waiting for you somewhere else. It may come through friends who embrace you without judgment, through people who love you unconditionally. In other words, a happy ending, but one that doesn't depend on a single person. It depends on you allowing yourself to receive the love that already surrounds you. Fulfillment is within your reach. This person may have doubts, because look at you. You're still focused on the spilled milk instead of what's yet to come. Don't turn off your own light. Don't let anyone eclipse you. You are beauty itself, and there's someone who feels a strong attraction to you, but is waiting for you to lift your head and keep wearing the crown that belongs to you. Scorpio, take a deep breath. The cards have now laid out the map before you, and it's your turn to take the wheel. So repeat out loud, I have the power to decide. If something in this reading resonated with you, it's because your intuition already knew the answer. The full moon in Taurus doesn't demand the perfect decision, only a conscious one. Will you open the door with the hope of building something new from the ground up, or will you close it with love, accepting that some stories have no sequel? Both choices are valid, as long as you choose from wisdom and not from fear. This is your moment of truth, and before you go, seal your intention in the comments. I release myself if you're ready to let go, or I open the door if you're giving a new chance. Your word is written in a contract with the universe, and if this reading has helped you, share it with another Scorpio who may need this guidance. Sometimes all we need is a gentle reminder that we are not alone on this journey. And let me tell you something, Scorpio. This last card represents you. Your inner compass is your ally. It whispers in your ear everything you need to know. It already lives within you. Trust that instinctive feeling that has never failed you. Whether you take the hand that's offered to you or choose to walk in the opposite direction, do it with the certainty that you are choosing what's best for you. Because this full moon does not bring just any ending, it brings your rebirth. And when Scorpio is reborn, they rise with the wings of a phoenix, stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever. This is your moment to shine. See you soon.